Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Mic Check Take 2 podcast brought to you by the Inside Edge Network. I am your host, the DAVID, the real Ruiz. I'm joined by our producer, Joel, that's behind the scenes, and we have an unfamiliar face on the stage, or maybe you recognize him. Who knows? He is from AM 1420, The Answer. He is the host of the Jacob Underwood Show. You see the link on his bio, jacobunderwoodshow.com. And I said his name 100 times already. He is Jacob Underwood.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm not an egomaniac. You told me to do that.
I did tell him to do that. But I needed that. I needed that because that's the Jake I've grown to love.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Jake. Yeah. For the people who don't know who you are, can you just give yourself a short introduction? Let them know who you are, what you do, and what you're about.
My name is Jake Underwood. I'm born and raised here in Northeast Ohio. David and I, the real Ruiz, and I met it'd be seven years ago at the Ohio Media School, and we did some things there together, as well as Autumn, who's on here. She, you both do a great job on here. And, we were all kind of friends, and then we went our separate ways a little bit. We all stayed in touch. I hopped into politics for a bit. I worked on some local campaigns, national campaigns, worked for some PACs in DC, did a bunch of that, came home, and I got an offer, asked me if I wanted to get back into broadcasting. And I said, well, if that's where the Lord wants me, that's where he's taking me. So I've been doing the Jake Underwood Show, AM 1420, The Answer. If you want to know more information, WHKradio.com or JakeUnderwoodShow.com. You can find us on Spotify, iHeart, which is strange. I don't know how that works out, but okay, because I don't work for iHeart, but they picked it up, which is cool. And now I host 9 to noon, Monday through Friday, AM 1420, The Answer, and we talk about everything. I'm going to be honest, I haven't really talked sports. That's not really a sports station, but I that's what we used to always talk was sports.
You're a sports guy.
I am.
You have your opinions. You have your answers.
Hey, well, that's it. See what you did there.
You see what I did there?
I'm gonna go jump out a window, but I don't really talk sports on the show just because that's not really the audience. They tune in, they want to hear news and everything. Mm-hmm. So I'm to the point, like it's a bit. It's like, all right, it's time for your sports update. Somebody won, somebody lost, and there might have been a tie, and then we move on just because the listeners don't want to hear that. But I'm excited to talk sports here and talk it with you.
I'm going to get you back to your roots a little bit. Something a little more lighthearted than what you usually talk about. Maybe some of your fans can see another side of Jacob Underwood that they might not see on the day-to-day basis with your show.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's also a big thing because people are very opinionated, and they have certain point of views and certain things, but they don't really get to know who someone is just off of the couple hours a day you're on air. One question I wanted to ask you is during your time, and this isn't about politics or anything like that, but during your time with all your previous experiences and things you've been through the last couple years, can you tell me one really cool thing that you feel happened to you during the learning process of? I know this wasn't in the prep, but you told me a couple really good stories, and I just want people to see a different light of Jacob Underwood.
That's a loaded question. I think the main thing is just how you can look at life experience and see how it prepared you for that next step.
Right.
It's really easy to have that attitude of, why is this happening to me? What is this? And, be mad about it. But if you change your mindset with it and you go, okay, what can I learn from this? And what is this preparing me for?
Right. Of course.
Like I could look back at the idiot boss that I had in the newsroom at iHeart and realize how that was preparing me to work on a campaign. And I could look at the person that I worked for on the campaign and realize how it prepared me to potentially talk to lawmakers when trying to push, legislation through. So it's just, it's really easy to get wrapped up in the why me. And don't get me wrong, I was doing it sometimes, and it turns into quicksand. So I would say that's what I learned overall. One of the coolest things that I had is I'm a wrestling fan, and well, first I've been to 42 states in the last 2 years.
That's cool in itself. That's amazing.
Dude, just the travel, and because it was cheaper, a lot of the times I would drive. So there was one week we went San Francisco to Vegas. And if you see the map behind me, it's a little blurred, but I have little pins everywhere that I've been. But the one trip, it was San Francisco to Vegas, Vegas to Tucson, Tucson to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Ooh, you're breaking
Ames,
up,
Iowa, Ames, Iowa to Lansing, Michigan. And then, oh, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You're back.
Hello?
Yeah, you're back.
Here I am. So, and it just, I went, from Ames, Iowa to Michigan back to Cleveland, back home, and just seeing the different people, meeting different people. But I met Jesse the Body Ventura in Tucson, Arizona.
That's
and
awesome.
That was pretty cool because I was geeking out the entire time. So it was, in the way that I was introduced to him, the guy goes, hey, Body. And he's like, yes, what can I do for you? And they're like, this is Jake. He's a huge fan. He grew up watching wrestling. And I'm like, and to talk to him about Hogan and McMahon and all that, it was really cool. I took a picture with him. I would show it, but I was about 80 pounds heavier and I'm geeking out, so I'm not gonna show that. But literally, I'm like standing next to him.
Well, that's actually a really good story. That's awesome.
No, it was really cool. But yeah, there's a lot of cool experiences. But the main thing is just just when things are coming at you and it's coming at you fast, don't look at it as a why me. Look at it as the learning experience. What is this preparing you for? That's the main thing.
Right. No, I love that. And I can only imagine being in 42 states in 2 years.
It was fun, man.
Most people don't leave Ohio. They don't, not even Ohio. They don't leave their city. It can be any state. They don't leave their city.
Well, dude, I hadn't been on an airplane before I took that job with the campaign. I wasn't on an airplane since 8th grade, and I'd only been on an airplane technically twice because there and back. But like, I wasn't, I wasn't traveling guy.
Right. Yeah.
I got over 60,000 miles on the 3 major airlines now, which I need to cash in so they're not just there.
You can take a few trips for yourself now.
Yeah, right. I'm not taking any days off though. I just started a show. What does that look like? But just as it comes at you, just take it as it comes and try to learn as much as you can from it. That's the main thing. Because like I said, it's real easy to get trapped in that mindset of, oh man, here we go again. But yeah, just don't do that. Don't be scared to turn it over to whatever. I happen to believe in Jesus Christ, and that's who I turn things over to when things go bad. So, if I can turn it over to God, that's what I'm going to do.
That's awesome, Jake. Thanks for sharing your experiences with
thank
everyone.
You for asking.
Yeah, no, that's a big deal because I want people to really know who you are besides their opinions. Really quick, we had a comment from Kenneth M7C. Kenneth, we really talk about our sports. We're based out of Cleveland, but we're Cleveland fans. It gets sad here. So we like to talk about a lot of other things too. Being from Cincinnati, if you're from Cincinnati, I'm sure you know how it goes. But thanks for the comment. I do want to move forward a little bit on some sports topics. And there was a crazy story over the last couple of weeks developing. We had a U.S. quadruple amputee cornhole champion get arrested for suspicion of murder. Dayton Weber, 27, accused of shooting to death Bradrick Wells in Maryland. How is exactly right?
Like what?
Look. And it's not funny. Like anytime someone loses their life, it's not funny. Situation that, but.
I mean, we're not saying that it's funny. Somebody lost that's a tragedy.
Their life. Yeah,
it hurts. But
it's a tragedy.
But what happened is hilarious.
How do you let someone do that to you?
Well, it's very. They have what is it? It's what I mean. It's what they're missing all four.
All four.
So how they couldn't have ran away? So you got to wonder. I'm assuming they have like the hooks. So you're telling me that they were such a good shot that they were able to like.
So. Actually, yes. TMZ posted a video of him reloading a gun and shooting a gun at a target, which was insane because my brain couldn't wrap around the video. If you haven't already, look up the TMZ video, and he literally loads like from the clip. There was no clip. Loads the clip, fires a couple shots, and in my head, I can't figure out how he's actually pulling the trigger. I'm like, is TMZ using AI? Like, how is this even working? Like, I've seen videos of him before.
Hold on, he shot a crossbow?
Not a crossbow. Not a crossbow.
Oh, no, I'm seeing a crossbow also.
Oh, he shot a crossbow too?
Those are hard to load with all your limbs. Hold on, there's
no, it's absolutely insane.
Dude, they don't need to arrest this guy. They need him to go teach people some stuff. This is crazy.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna sound wrong, but he can obviously shoot better than some people with all of their limbs.
I mean, he's shooting better than half of the NBA right now.
Yeah, mate, you got a point. And it's just really interesting because how is there not a struggle, or how could you not stop him, or hold a nub or something to prevent him from grabbing the gun?
Hold a nub is crazy. That's
look. I mean this lightheartedly, but how is that possible? Did you see it in his holster? Did he go into the glove? Did you watch him open the glove? Like,
see, what do we know? What kind of do we know what kind of gun it was?
I'm not sure if they released that yet. I did some research on it, but it was really just, to me, very interesting. I've seen videos of him playing cornhole for years, and if we've seen anything from what he did in cornhole, he has a solid shot. But I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Wow.
In a close vicinity, like a vehicle.
I'm seeing. He's a good shot. I mean,
that's just absolutely insane to me.
To be fair, I thought it was a woman for the first few days. I didn't realize this was even a man. So it shows how. Oh yeah, because he got the shorter hair. Because in the mug shot, it looks like it could be a woman. I didn't know, and then with the name, and I didn't want to assume. Yeah. So I wasn't sure. So.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. Yeah. I would have loved to have been a fly on the windshield for that for that scuffle, because my brain just can't wrap around how it actually happened.
I don't even.
I lost for words, right?
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't even. That's crazy.
It's mind-boggling, right? Mind-boggling.
Do they have like proof that he did it, or is this all alleged?
It's suspicion.
Okay.
The word used is suspicion of murder.
The quadruple
allegedly, but
amputee cornhole champion that was arrested for suspicion of murder. Allegedly, 27-year-old David Weber
allegedly
killed this person in Maryland. Reportedly after an argument inside a car.
What are you arguing about? Like, why would you even argue with him? Isn't his life hard enough? All right.
I have no comments.
Another story I want to bring up. We're going to move on from that tragedy a little bit to this wasn't on the prep, but we talked about it a little bit before the show, and Kenneth that is watching actually brought it up. Earlier today, Tiger Woods was once again arrested on DUI charges after getting in a 2-car accident. And apparently, I'm not sure if it was his car, the other person's car completely flipped over.
Was he at fault? I mean, I know that
I'm assuming so. This happened in Jupiter, Florida. I'm assuming he's at fault.
Real quick, if you've never been to Jupiter, Florida, that's a very nice area.
It is very nice.
It's a very nice area. So,
and that's why Tiger gets in all of his situations there. I went back before the show and I just looked at his rap sheet a little bit on the trouble he's gotten into. and
Yeah.
almost every single thing was out of Jupiter, Florida. So he just needs to stop driving around Jupiter. He's on another planet right now.
Well, see, that's the issue with when it comes to like these kind of stories, and that's what's so frustrating about it. Like, buddy, we know you got money for an Uber. Just take an Uber, and then get a ride back to your car later.
Do you think he's like experiencing a little bit of like hubris because he is who he is and he thinks he can do whatever he wants?
Well, I mean,
he's not going to see any real repercussions.
He's been pretty open about. Well, there's two things that he has a problem with: drinking and car crashes. Because he also got into that accident back in what was it, 21, and that's why his back's all messed up.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, he's got a problem.
Yeah, and I know in previous weeks they were talking about what his status on the Masters was going to be. Yeah, I think this pretty much solidifies what his status is going to be.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Oh, and it was a Land Rover.
He flipped his Land Rover?
I believe so. Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
How fast were you going?
The sheriff of Martin County Sheriff's Office confirmed the accident had occurred Friday afternoon when the driver of a Land Rover attempted to overtake a pickup truck, pulling a pressure cleaner trailer at a high rate of speed in a 2-lane road. After the accident, the driver of the Land Rover was able to crawl out of the passenger door, and it was confirmed to be Tiger Woods.
Wow.
Well, and it says so it goes on to say Woods was stated to have demonstrated signs of impairment at the scene, though they did not suspect alcohol use. He later blew a 0.00 on a breathalyzer test, but refused a urine test.
So it wasn't alcohol, but he was on something else. Yep.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he said he wanted to be cool. He wanted to cooperate, but he wasn't trying to incriminate himself.
That makes sense.
I respect it.
But also, now that you say that, it's going to raise suspicion. And with the track record he has already,
yeah,
it doesn't really help his case.
Well, and didn't he just won like some simulated golf thing, didn't he? Wasn't that?
Yeah, he's been active in the golf world lately. Like I said, I'm only covering this story because it was breaking news today.
Right.
I'm not going to pretend like I know a ton about golf.
Oh, dude, you're a big golf guy.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend that. I just had to let the people know what happened to him.
Yeah.
And with his tracker, it's just not looking good. He's going to be another TMZ report story away from. Who knows? Who knows? Because golf keeps bringing him back no matter what trouble he gets into. So,
well, because everybody likes that redemption story, and that's what everybody's hoping for here.
And he keeps getting that redemption story over and over and over. But when did they say it's enough? Yeah. When is the PGA done? Like when are they gonna say we're done with Tiger Woods? This is a bad look.
Yeah,
because it's happening over and over and over again. But on a lighter note, we're gonna move on.
Rip.
We had RIP. We'll see. They'll want to make a little bit of money, and they'll say, "Guess who's back?"
Yeah.
So we know how that goes. The name that sells will be the name that always shows up.
That's true.
We're going to move on to some NBA news. Over the last couple of weeks, the NBA has been talking about a possible expansion. Now it's looking like the expansion is looking to take place by the 2028-29 seasons. The Board of Governors voted to explore bids and locations for the expansion. And the two locations that were talked about were Las Vegas and Seattle. The fees potentially reaching anywhere between 7 to 10 billion. So I know you're not too big into sports right now, but
Seattle deserves a team. I'm sick of everybody going to Vegas. I think that's dumb. It's a bad investment, but whatever. But Seattle deserves a team. Mm-hmm. They should have taken them in the first place. I mean, I know in Cleveland, the Browns and everything, but like Could you imagine being a Seattle Supersonics fan and you deal with a crap team for that long and you guys get Kevin Durant and then the team moves?
And then they leave. And you have not only Kevin Durant, over the next couple of years, they got James Harden and Russell Westbrook, and they saw one of the best teams that franchise has ever seen.
Yeah.
And a little longer down the road, last year, you saw that team win a championship, which is just salt on the wound.
Yeah.
It's a lot of what ifs in Seattle. Now, if they bring the team back to Seattle, do you think they call it the Supersonics again? Or
I think they should.
Yeah, like pay homage, right?
Yeah, they should, and then they should get Sean Kemp's fat ass out there to go, coach the team. Maybe he could try to jump and dunk again. That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, he's gonna tear his ACL.
Yeah, get a sponsorship with McDonald's. Oh no, I'm sorry. He was only fat when he played in Cleveland. I mistake.
Unfortunately, see, that's the bitter Cleveland fan comes out every once in a while.
Yeah.
We get pissed off because we get players way after their prime or way before it. What's the eye rubbing for, Jake?
Oh man, because
what's the matter? What's the matter?
As the Cleveland Indians once said, what if? What if they didn't blow that game 7? What if they would have kept the good players? What if? What if? Here it is.
There's a couple of rules with the expansion draft that like a lot of people may not know. One of the biggest rules is how it actually works and how they decide what players go on that team. So typically the existing NBA teams select 8 players on their team to protect. Everyone else on that team is basically a free agent to those teams.
So who do you give up on the Cavs?
So I think on Cleveland, let's say who do we keep? I should say you keep Mitchell. I think why not? He's our best player. Why not?
No. Because you have to build this team around LeBron James. You anticipate that he's going to come back here and he's going to save everything with his 19 points a game and his busted back. You have to assume and give up everything for LeBron James because LeBron James is LeBron James. And I don't know if you know this, but LeBron James, he's from Akron.
Is he from Akron?
He's LeBron.
Did you know he's just a kid from Akron?
He bled on those streets. And he cares so much for the area that he came here and then he left again. That's how much he cares. But it's okay. He gave us 1 championship when he said he was going to light it up like Vegas. We have casinos now, but I don't know what else we have. So that's fun. More money could be wasted by people that live in the poorest city in the area. But hey, don't worry about it. When LeBron comes back, we could pay $110 for parking and triple the price for tickets, and it's going to be so much fun, and we're going to have it's going to be great, and then his son will play here, because I don't know if you know this.
Will both of them play here?
Both. You know why?
Why?
Because LeBron's from Akron.
He's from Akron?
Yes. So we need to get rid of Jared Allen. We need to get rid of Donovan Mitchell. We need to get rid of James Harden. You know what? I'm sure we could probably trade James Harden for 8 first-round picks. They're going to roll just for us, just so we could trade them, because I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, David, but we're the best fans in the league. So they're going to, yes, they're going to change all of the rules for us. And Myles Garrett's going to come out and he's going to go, wow. And they're going to get in the car. They're going to drive 185 miles per hour down to Akron. It's going to take them 15 minutes to get there. And then they're going to go to the I Promise school. And LeBron's going to say, I promise I'm not going to leave again. And then he's going to get on a plane and go to LA. So get rid of everybody. You know what? Maybe the Cavs just need to start over. Maybe you know what? Let's just change the team name too while we're at it. We did it with the Indians. Let's change the Cavaliers to the Basketball Bouncers. So they're going to be the Cleveland Basketball Bouncers. And we're just going to start over. And LeBron's going to own the team too. That's going to be what solidifies it. Dan Gilbert is going to sign LeBron to a contract, and everybody's going to go, LeBron, not only are we building you a statue, but Dan Gilbert's going to go, you know what, Bron, because they're friends. He calls him Bron. He's going to go, you know what, Bron, I gift you this team for $1, sir. $1, my good sir. What are you throwing stuff? $1, my good sir.
You're talking to LeBron right now. All right, come on. Mr. Dan Gilbert, talk to
there he is. There's the man.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Reality.
Say it right to LeBron's face.
I will say a few things to LeBron's face. You won a championship. That's great. Go back to LA, bud. Oh, that's a creepy. His one eye's weird, man. Is that your camera or is that the picture?
No, that's the picture they chose.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, no, let's just I say we sell the whole team. We'll just let LeBron start over and he could bring in whoever he wants because he is the smartest brain ever to ever basketball ever. And we just get rid of no. Realistically, I don't want the Cavs to get rid of anybody.
Yeah,
they have a good little core and they're growing together.
Right. So yeah, but the 8 players Cavs pick. Obviously, you keep the core. One of the rules is you can't hold the rights. You can't save a player basically and make them safe if they have an expiring contract.
So let me ask you this.
Let's hear it.
Because if any team's going to get screwed over, it is going to be the Cavs. Who do we lose that we don't want to lose? Is it Mitchell?
I don't think so. I think it'll probably be someone that isn't 100% developed yet that another team's going to want. I think it'll be like Evan Mobley.
No.
I think it'll be Evan Mobley because think about how long Mitchell's has been in the league. Yeah, he's still dominating, but he's a couple years out.
But if they get rid of Evan Mobley, then Tim Alcorn can't scream stupid innuendos about the game. Holy Mobley! Boy, the Cavaliers are leading the league in turnovers. Well, man, do they play hard? Like, come on, what do you know? It's just it would be Evan Mobley, though. You're probably right.
It's probably Evan Mobley. We'll probably lose a couple other players, and they might strategically want to drop some contracts because that's what a lot of teams do when these expansion drafts happen.
Can we pick up J.R. Smith?
Hopefully.
What about Wally Szczerbiak? You think he could come back?
Anything is possible when you have J.R. Smith. Okay.
Can we get J.R. and Joe Smith?
Man, meet the Smiths.
That's right.
Meet the Smiths. Right. So realistically, though, I think the Cavs will probably be one of the teams that get screwed.
Yeah.
And I could see, depending on the situation with Giannis in Milwaukee, Giannis might walk. We might be seeing Seattle Supersonic Giannis. It's a chance, wow. and that would be stupid by Milwaukee because they could have got something back. Yeah. But one of these teams that aren't going to get the offers that they want for players are going to see. So we're going to see big players walk simply because they want to get rid of the contracts. Yeah, and it's going to free up cap room for them, and they can start their rebuild process.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see because, and with it being that's 2 seasons away. Mm-hmm. You don't know, for all we know, and
I have no idea.
Knock on wood. I mean, there could be a player who's one of the most dominant in the league right now that he tweaks an ankle or he gets turf toe or something stupid like that, and then they're the same. So it's hard to say, but yeah, Seattle deserves a team. I don't know that Vegas does. I'm really sick and tired of everything just going to Vegas. WrestleMania.
That pisses. Look, we're going to talk a little bit about that later when we talk about.
We know that they're going to build a stadium in Brook Park that they should have every WrestleMania at.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, they're definitely going to come to Brook Park, buddy. Let me tell you. Let me explain something. They didn't have the hotel room in downtown Cleveland for WrestleMania, but you know where they have it? Brook Park.
Brook Park.
That's right.
Brook Park, Ohio. For those of you who don't know what Brook Park is, it is a little suburb that is the majority 1 street long, and it goes all the way to the airport. And that's where they want to build our new stadium at here in Cleveland. Our new
dome. Have a Bob's Big Boy. Well, it's just Big Boy now, but
it's just Big Boy.
Yeah.
There's a Walmart there. It's a terrible Walmart, but there's a Walmart there on Brook Park Road. Yeah, well, they have a Sam's Club
over there by
It's like off Teeterman over there, kind of. Yeah, right. Yeah, by Sheets. There's a Sheets. Yeah. There's only Sheets in the most prominent neighborhood. It's not a Wawa, but Sheets. It's not a Wawa, but we have
Wawa
Sheets.
Is nothing compared to Sheets.
Yeah. So you like Sheets more than Wawa?
I love Sheets compared to Wawa. I get into hardcore. There's a friend of mine. She lives down right outside of Atlanta, and her family's from Philly. Mm-hmm. So when we're not arguing about Philadelphia Phillies versus Guardians, we're arguing about Wawa versus Sheets, and I'm like, you don't understand how good Sheets is. Like you don't understand. Like I have sponsorships on the show. I want a Sheets sponsorship. I go to Sheets every morning. That's how I set my day. Doris, the woman that works at the counter before 7:30 when she goes over to the food line, she greets me every morning, and it's, hi Jake, and I go, how are you? And she grabs my little nicotine pouches. She's got them ready for me. I get my bottle of water, my Powerade, maybe a caffeinated drink, whether it's a coffee for $1.89. You can't beat that. Get the Sheets card. I get 25 cents off.
What? All right. Let the world know what your Sheets order is. If you're getting food at Sheets, what does Jacob Underwood get at Sheets?
Well, I'm doing no carbs now, so it's a little keto bowl. But before that, man, let me tell you what Sheets got.
Let us know. The people want to know, damn it.
You can get waffles as buns at Sheets.
Okay.
I would get waffles with a fried egg, sausage, bacon, some boom boom sauce, pepper jack cheese with a waffle on top, and it's a cinnamon waffle.
Oh, so it's not just a regular waffle.
Oh no, brother, let me tell you.
No.
Not just a regular waffle. This thing is a cinnamon waffle, and on top of it, they got a little cinnamon bites. Dude, Wawa can't do it. They can't. They can try. They can try all day.
I need the people to vote on this. After the show, we're going to put a poll up.
Please, listen, Sheets is better than Wawa. I don't know.
Sheets versus Wawa. Jacob Underwood has spoke. He is team Sheets.
I am.
I really like Wawa though.
I have a Sheets fanny pack in the back seat. I'm not kidding. Hand to God, I'm serious. It's the old 70s logo, and it's one of those like insulated ones, and it has 2 cup holders on the side. Do you know how excited I am for it to be 90 degrees so I could keep ice in the middle with a drink and have 2 in the side little pockets? Oh, come on. I'm going to be like that quadriplegic. That was me with my drinks.
Oh, man. You're going to be a real gunslinger.
Dude, listen. Sheets knows, and Sheets has the Red Bull. It's a Red Bull Zero, but it's sweet with monk fruit. So it's not the aspartame and all that crazy stuff that could be very dangerous for you depending on, how your diet is and what you react to. Right. This is just natural sweetener, and it's delicious. They're always out of it. And then I go with my backup. I get a Rise Energy cotton candy.
Well, that's not a Sheets exclusive, though. You can get that Red Bull almost anywhere. Just because they have that flavor doesn't mean...
Listen, you can say that, but that's not been my experience.
He's like, no, damn it, it's a Sheets exclusive. He's like, I go to Wawa. Wawa doesn't have my damn Red Bull. I go to Get Go. They don't have my damn Red Bull. You know
who Wawa is?
What is it?
I was in Philadelphia, and I kept hearing about how good Wawa is. It was when I was on the campaign. I get it. First of all, because we're staying in Philly, there are no parking lots in Philly. Like, I know we make jokes about all the parking lots in Cleveland. They don't have that in Philly. So you have to valet your car, which is annoying because I had a taste for Wawa. I said, I've heard good things about Wawa. I'm going to Wawa. Well, when you leave Philadelphia, you have to pay a toll.
Right.
When you come back in, you have to pay another toll. Wawa was on the other side of the bridge. I'm over there by Independence Hotel. I get the car. I get on the highway, and I'm going, we're getting Wawa. Then we pull up. It says cash only. It was 2023. How are we cash only in 2023? That's my issue. So I pay the $5, and in my head, I think it's like the turnpike. I'm like, all right, then when I'm paying, I'm going through, and then when I come back, I don't have to pay because I already paid to go through once.
No.
So then
you got to pay a premium for Wawa,
right? So now Wawa already there and back has cost me $10. I never had to pay $10 just to go to Sheets. So
it's not their fault you were in Philly, though. You could have been in Jersey. You wouldn't have had to pay the damn toll.
Nobody goes to Jersey. Stop.
The
Nets left Jersey to go to Brooklyn. That tells you how bad Jersey is. So I go there. I get a stub, and it's okay. It's all right. I get like one of their little fountain drinks that's like an exclusive thing for them. I'm like, all right, this isn't bad. But then I get back in the car. I got to pay another $5 just to cross back over.
That has nothing to do with Wawa.
It was
That's
in my
nothing to
Wawa experience.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
that's
part of
scared.
Wawa.
That's scared. You travel a lot. Well, next time you go to Wawa, give it a different chance.
I went to one. Hold on, where was it? There was another one. Now that I think about it, it was in Fort Lauderdale?
A Wawa?
Yeah, that's Florida, right? Fort Lauderdale?
That's Florida. That's Florida.
Yeah. I did go to a Wawa there. It was good, but the gas was very expensive, so I didn't like it.
That's Florida.
Yeah.
So you travel a lot, and we're talking about these damn gas stations and the exclusive deals. Have you been to Buc-ee's?
Brother.
Yeah.
I love Buc-ee's. They got one going down there in Mansfield.
Yeah, I saw that. Now we're talking about the big three. You heard about Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan. Now we're talking Sheetz, Wawa's, and Buc-ee's here.
I mean, if I have to choose, I wouldn't want a Buc-ee's near me because I'd get very fat from eating it. But I'll tell you, we were doing the Independence tour. So it was 2 events a day. So like in Florida, we drove through Florida in one day. So that tells you just how crazy it was. We started in Miami. We went to Jacksonville. Then we slept in Orlando. Oh, no. Then hold on. We went Miami, Tampa Bay, Jacksonville. So Miami, Tampa Bay in one day, and then Jacksonville, so on. So you get an idea. So 2 events in a day. It's like 11 o'clock at night.
Really?
And I'm driving. I'm alone in this car. I'm in the equipment car. I'm on my way to the Airbnb, and I'm going, man, I'm hungry. And I see that beautiful glistening sign with that little beaver.
The beaver? We know how you like the beaver.
Hey now. And it says Buc-ee's 95 miles. And I look at the GPS and it says my exit is at 115 miles. Oh, not only am I getting gas, but I'm getting some beaver nuggets. I'm going in. So I walk in there and I'm already excited.
Okay.
So I walk in there and I hear fresh hot brisket. And I go, I'm home. I'm home. And I run to the counter. I'm not joking because I hadn't eaten all day. I get like one of each sandwich with each different type of barbecue sauce, and I'm driving down this interstate. And I'm like just eating this food. It was so good, but yeah, no, I enjoy Buc-ee's, but I think you would have to go Sheetz, Buc-ee's, then Wawa. Just
Sheetz still over Buc-ee's?
Let me explain. I don't want a gas station with 150 pumps near my house.
Not near your house, but quality of food.
Oh,
if we're doing quality of food,
well, yeah, you have to put Buc-ee's.
We're putting Buc-ee's number one.
And Buc-ee's is better than most fast food.
Yeah, Buc-ee's is amazing.
Buc-ee's is really good.
Yeah, but I've had Buc-ee's once when I was in the Carolinas and changed my life. Changed my life. Now.
That's what it feels like, though.
Yeah.
You smell it, and you're like, "Oh, I don't know how this is going to be." I mean, it's gas station food, and you take that bite, and you're like, just like that. That's how Buc-ee's hits you. It's that good.
No, it's so good. There's a little underrated one, and we'll move on from gas stations after this. But there's a very underrated gas station in my area in Cleveland called Speedy's Grub Shack. Speedy's is phenomenal.
I think I've been to Speedy's.
Look, their corned beef sandwich or Reuben rivals. Like, if you like Slimans, it rivals Slimans. You would never think about it because you're like, this is just a gas station in a sketchy area.
Well, you remember the most clutch place to get food when we were at the school.
Oh, of course.
That gas station right up the hill.
Yeah.
Fried chicken place.
Yeah.
That chicken was phenomenal.
For some reason, gas station fried chicken is just eons above. Do I go to KFC or do I go to the gas station? I'm taking the gas station.
Well, it's just real. There's feeling in that. KFC, the Colonel's not there anymore. The feeling is gone. It's too corporate.
Mm-hmm.
But that little gas station that fryer hasn't been cleaned in a month and a half. Be good.
Yeah. Oh man. So there you have it, folks. Jacob Underwood, Still Sheets. He's
Sheets.
putting Sheets number 1.
Yeah.
Bucky's number 2.
But Bucky's is like a 1A.
1A.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing at number 2 then, because then he's putting Wawa at 3.
Yeah, Wawa's maybe a 6.
You're giving it a 6.
I'll be honest. Listen, if you're ever hungry and you're broke, go to Speedway, order one of their large pizzas, and get a drink. It was $10. Because I really don't eat carbs now. I can't do it. It makes my back and my knees hurt. It's terrible. Right. But when I didn't care, dude, that would last me a day and a half. Because there's like 6-7 slices of that pizza.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The other day, producer Joel and I, we went to a Cage Thunder event. If you guys don't know what Cage Thunder is, it's the number 1 growing MMA promotion in Northeast Ohio. We were blessed with tickets from Cage Thunder.
That's cool.
So they give us tickets to the show. We go and enjoy the show. This is my second show that I went to. I needed caffeine. I went to get my Rain energy drink. It's an ungodly amount of caffeine, but I'm going to an MMA event. I need to be pumped for this.
Right, absolutely.
Joel's like, I'm hungry. So he goes to Sheets. He gets food. And he's like, guess how much this cost me? I'm like, how much? My man got 4 hot dogs for $2. Maybe it was 6. I don't 100% remember, but I don't know. He's like, it's the most clutch cheap meal you can get.
Then if you want some light eating, Sheets has something that no other gas station has.
What is
that? Not every Sheets has it. You have to look for it. Popcorn, freshly popped popcorn. They got it for $1.50 down the street, and you can fill a big cup. For $1.50, I could have movie theater style popcorn. Come on. Come on.
All right, guys, we got to move on from this conversation because the gas station conversation took a turn for the worse, and we got a little out of hand there. Before we move on to the next segment, we need a word from our sponsors at Fanatics.
Fanatics isn't just our...
Joe,
Fanatics isn't just our name. It's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of sports apparel and jerseys from all over the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans from football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, and golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on the screen right now to celebrate your teams.
I just want to say thank you to Fanatics. In the future, you can go back, rewatch the video. That will always be there. We will post shorts with that video on, so you can use our QR code, order your favorite jersey. If it's Deshaun Watson, who cares? Just order your damn jersey from Fanatics and use our QR code. But we'll move on a little bit.
I have a couple tag more than he loves football.
I have a couple would you rathers for you, Jake.
Okay,
Sports edition. Yeah. So Sheets are Bucky's. Or what? We already started already before. The first would you rather is 2 wide receivers in the league. If you were going to build your wide receiving core, would you start with CeeDee Lamb or AJ Brown?
AJ Brown.
Why?
Yeah, I'd go with AJ Brown. He has so my big thing when I look at wide receivers, I look at the catch percentage. So that means if it's getting close to him, they're bringing it in. Lamb has a problem with dropping the pass. And look, he's way better than I'm ever going to be. So I'm not going to sit here and be that. He's got to guide the ball in. I don't know. He forgets more football than I will ever know. But A.J. Brown has a higher catch percentage. So when the ball's thrown his way, he catches it more. He has more yardage. And they've had A.J. Brown, I think, has an appreciation for winning because he did play in Nashville. He did play, he did play for the Tennessee Titans, and he got the opportunity to get out of there, and the guy wins.
Right.
So me personally, I'm going AJ Brown. Not to say that like CeeDee Lamb is terrible or anything. He's not. Look, if I saw in a message tomorrow, hey, the Browns trade for CeeDee Lamb, I'd be ecstatic. I'd be happy about it. But I would rather have AJ Brown. I think he's got a bigger frame. Injuries are a little bit of a problem, but you're going to have that with a guy who is bigger. But if it's a rookie draft and it's between CeeDee Lamb and AJ Brown, I'm going AJ Brown.
Yeah, so like they both kind of suffer from similar like injury issues throughout the season, where they're banged up throughout the season. My biggest issue with AJ Brown, though, isn't even the game of football. It's you come off a Super Bowl win, you go into the next season, and you do everything else these high-paid wide receivers do, and you moan and complain about the system that won you a Super Bowl. How do you make a player happy? Like I know there was a lot of here and there's in Philly, and people were confused. They're like, oh, are they going to make it? They still had a great record.
Right.
There was a lot of close games, but why moan and complain?
Well, I think the problem was he wanted to go to Wawa, but he had to pay $10 to get in and out of the city of Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what the problem was, and that's what the frustration. If you go once, if you go 5 times a week, that's $50.
Yeah.
No, I do. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, you kind of have a right to, like, yeah, you can kind of be a D. It's okay. Right. Like, we're gonna deal with it. Like Terrell Owens,
right?
If they would have put up with Terrell Owens, they would have won a Super Bowl. Donovan McNabb would have won a Super Bowl. Andy Reid would have had a Super Bowl way earlier, but they didn't. They just didn't want to deal with it, and that's okay. You don't have to, but sometimes you just deal with. Like, look at Antonio Brown. All the stuff that was going on with Antonio, people just dealt with. Or look at Josh Gordon. We know Josh Gordon so well here. We watch. If that dude could just not smoke weed for 5 years, he would have been an insane amount of money.
This is my biggest problem with Josh Gordon while he was in Cleveland. It had nothing to do with him on the field. He was amazing on the field. It had nothing with him liking to smoke a little weed. My biggest issue with him was I was on the highway.
That lean with Johnny Manziel?
No. It was I was on the highway one day, right?
Oh boy, yeah.
And I see a wrapped car. I'm like, damn, that car looks familiar.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I get closer to the car as I'll let you know what exit it was here in a moment. We're coming close to the exit, and I read the license plates to this car, and it says Flash. And I'm looking closer. I pull up my Instagram. I've recognized this car.
Yeah.
This car. So we pull up. I see his windows were tinted. They were slightly cracked. It was the middle of summer, and I'm looking. Then I have a full circle moment. And this is after he's suspended for the pot. I look up at the exit, and he's getting off on Eddie Road. And if you're from Cleveland, you know where Eddie Road is. Eddie Road is in the middle of the slums in Cleveland. You're making all of this money. And my first thought was, you're already suspended from the pot. Why are you back on Eddie Road grabbing this pot? Yeah. And I was so mad after that specific incident that I'm like, this man's never going to play again. And lo and behold, shit you not, a couple years later, he doesn't play again. We never see him. He plays for Kansas City for half a season.
Well, he played. Remember, he was traded or he was released. Then he signed with New England, and everybody went, "Oh, Bill Belichick's going to fix him. Oh, Bill Belichick football." And then I think was Tom Brady's like 300th or 400th touchdown was thrown to him, and everybody threw. It was a huge deal, and then he just went away.
Yeah, bye.
And it's just sad because, like, I'm trying to think, when did I started working at Verizon in like 2013. And the topic of conversation that the guy who was interviewing me and I were talking about was Josh Gordon.
Right.
And how he couldn't stay out of trouble. And literally the guy was so good for 2 years that here it is. It's 2026 and we're still talking about it because he was so effortless.
Amazing.
Like, if you're watching this right now and you didn't see Josh Gordon play, go look up his highlights. There was the game against the Steelers and there was the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. When this guy ran, it was so smooth, and he made Brandon Weeden look like a good quarterback. Brandon Weeden was like 35 and like window licking stupid. Like
he made Brian Hoyer looked good with him.
Wow, you be nice about Brian Hoyer. Brian Hoyer was a good quarterback.
Look, all I remember is walking into the Football Hall of Fame, and there's not much Browns merchandise in the Football Hall of Fame or memorabilia, and they had a special kiosk or a display, and it was Josh Gordon. The man's been suspended for 5 years at this point, but they have his historic back-to-back 200-plus yard games in the Football Hall of Fame, and it was amazing. Like, as a fan, you're like, damn, I really love to see that. Yeah,
just to tell you how good he was suspended 4 games that season. He still ended with 1,800 yards.
and that's the 16-game season.
Yes. At that. So in 12 games, he had 1,800 yards. He was he was a good player, but it's one of those, like, who was the guy, Hard Knocks? He was the Wookiee, the rookie wide receiver who Antonio Callaway.
Oh yeah.
That's another one. Like, man, just stay out of it. That catch he had against the Saints, where Tyrod threw that ball and it literally looked like a punt, and it landed right in his arms. Got his feet down, and then Zane Gonzalez missed the field goal, so we lost. But that catch, like he had the skill set, but it's just like, I wish I could just pull these people aside and be like, look, dude, you just don't have to do it for 5 years. That's it. Just get your second contract, and your family's set for life. You don't have to do anything after that.
And he was in the league for how long on his rookie deal? It's really sad.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on a little bit to the next Would You Rather. This one's a little different because I'm trying to keep it a little fresh. Would you rather fight Mike Tyson for 10 seconds or take a full speed hit from Ray Lewis?
Am I wearing pads?
No.
Ray Lewis.
Why Ray Lewis?
I'm not going 10 seconds with Tyson. Are you kidding me? Ray Lewis, it's one hit and I'm out. Mike Tyson, it's going to be 18 and he's aiming for my face. I'm okay. I'm good.
Look, I might be knocked out after this, but I think I got to go with Mike Tyson. I don't think I'm gonna be crippled after because I'm fighting Mike Tyson. It doesn't say how I have to fight Mike Tyson. I don't have to throw a punch against Mike Tyson.
What do you? Oh, all right. Well, hold on. With that logic,
I'm gonna bounce around him.
Madden? Am I gonna take a hit from him in Madden, or am I?
No, this is real life. So we'll say Ray Lewis.
As long as I'm not on a boat with Ray Lewis, I'll be fine. I'll
Look, the suit didn't exist. Relax. All right.
Yeah, I'd have to go with the hit from Ray Lewis. I know I can recover from a football hit. I've gotten laid out, especially football.
I think it was a sports science where Ray Lewis's hit was the equivalent of a car accident, but you just don't have the shell of the car around you to protect you.
I'm going Ray Lewis.
All right. Next one I got is there's 2 players that never won a championship in the NBA. You select one to build a team off of. Are you going Carmelo Anthony or Allen Iverson?
Allen Iverson. All day, every day.
I think your opinion's kind of scared because you're the answer, he's the answer, and you're like, I'm on the answer, he was the answer, I'm Jacob Underwood. It just makes sense.
I didn't even put those two together. But no, dude, people don't realize how good AI was in his prime and just like how he changed basketball and just the culture that came along with him. Like, yeah, Carmelo's the greatest Olympic basketball player of all time.
Well, well, he's one of the NBA's best scorers of all time.
Stop.
How is he not?
Stop.
How is he not?
What do you think he is? Top 5?
He's. I think he's top 10. I think he just got knocked back, like recently in the last couple of years. But
if I had to put an NBA
of all time,
if If I had to put a list together, I don't think he's in my top 10 players.
I didn't say top 10 players. I said he's a top 10 scorer.
Is he a better scorer than Reggie Miller?
No.
Okay, hold on. How about Steph Curry?
No.
Okay, how about LeBron James?
Yes. The reason behind that, we're talking pure scoring.
I wish you could say this to his face.
Listen here, LeBron.
Oh, man.
Carmelo Anthony is a better scorer than you. And this is the reason why. Carmelo, he can shoot the shots. I guess people can argue that he was a little streaky. But at the end of the day, LeBron's not a scorer. Even though he holds the scoring title, longevity has a lot to do with that. The man's, 42, 43 right now, still dribbling the basketball.
You're going to make me defend LeBron James right now, which is crazy. But that all goes a part of being a better scorer.
I think just his overall, he's better. He has the better basketball IQ, which leads to more points. I don't disagree with that.
Do you think he's a better scorer than Kyrie?
Melo?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so we just named 3 players.
No.
That are not, we're not even going back. We're not even considering like Larry Bird. We're not considering Michael Jordan.
I think Carmelo Anthony is a better scorer than Larry Bird, though.
You got to go back and watch Larry Bird highlights.
I watch Larry Bird highlights.
You don't
watch it. No, I have an appreciation for it, but for me, and it's a lot of my arguments with the modern day. I pay homage. They're the reason these players are able, like Larry Bird. He's one of the reasons these players have the bags they do. A lot of these older players, but it's one of those situations like the scoring product is gonna progressively get better throughout time. It just is. There's a reason Kyrie's really good.
What
was that?
Larry Bird was MVP 3 times in a row.
Yeah, but in the 80s
against Magic
in the
that's hold on, that's just
Magic.
Right there.
See, a lot of those guys aren't. They wouldn't. Like you can say Magic. A lot of these guys, if they played in today's modern NBA, they would be
able to play 20 years because they weren't getting clotheslined every time for a layup.
They'll be Mike Conley at best. They'll be Mike Conley at best.
You're doing that for a clip. There's no way you think that. There's
absolutely
no way
not. I really think they paved the way for the players today to be as good as they are. I do not disagree with that. But the players are just better nowadays. They're just better. People can
They're not hold on. They're not better. They're allowed to prep more. If Larry Bird's if Larry Bird's life all the time was basketball, like let's look at LeBron, or like let's look at Tom Brady, right? Well, Tom Brady constantly he's trying new medicine. He's getting the latest and greatest medicine. All these different things. If those players in the 80s had that, they would have played longer. So there would have been more scoring. There would have been more things. So if they had the same technology and the same coaching and same development as the players do now. Come on. They were just God-given talent.
Yeah, the athleticism now, even with rookies coming into the league that aren't that good. Who was it? Grant Hill, one athletic guy. When he got to the league, he was giving everyone problems. Grant Hill comes to the league today. What's Grant Hill doing? What is Grant Hill doing in the modern NBA?
Are you going to say that the athletes of today are not like the athletes of yesterday?
Well, of course, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the athletes today, and it's not just basketball, though. It's not just basketball.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. So who stacks up against prime Jim Brown?
The players are a lot different.
No.
A lot different.
No. The guy who was playing lacrosse and all these different. Who stacks up against Jim Brown today? Because we had a guy who was close to Jim Brown. He wasn't as fast and he wasn't as big, and that was Brandon Jacobs, and he dominated the league for 3 years until he got injured.
But you can say that, and that's part of my whole argument. Jim Brown was a man amongst boys back then.
What about Marion Motley?
He's all the all these
Paul Horning.
All of these older players, if they played in the modern day NFL or the modern day NBA or modern day boxing or modern day hockey, or it doesn't matter the sport. It really does not matter this modern day baseball, because they're not allowed to use the roids anymore. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The talent is going to progressively get better. You have superstars from in the past that would be average guys today. It's just reality. They're not playing against the same talent.
So you think Larry Bird would be average today?
He'd be an all-star, but I don't think he'd win any rings.
Wow.
Don't think he'd win any rings.
That's crazy.
How's that crazy? Did you disagree with the talent level progressively raising throughout time?
I do, because I think the game in general has gotten softer, and that's with all sports. Listen, football, no, don't make that face. Football, you can't even tackle people anymore.
Can't tackle the quarterback.
You can't tackle anyone. Go look at the hits from the 80s when they were going over the middle. Go look at the hits from the 90s. Go watch John Lynch and Brian Dawkins highlights and tell me they could do that today. It was a completely different game. So when you have the opportunity, like, do you realize back in the day, even 20 years ago, receivers were wearing thigh and knee pads. Mm-hmm. They don't do that now because they're not allowed to get hit in the legs. So when you don't have that fear of being tackled or being brought down to the ground, you're going to run full sprints. You're going to be able to go faster, and you're going to look athletic.
You say that these players can't get hit, and I know the game has changed.
You don't even know what a catch is.
There's a lot of regulations under you how you can hit people, but you still have people like Myles Garrett breaking the sack record and getting hits. It is scary. It is 18 games. I agree with that, but he did it in 300 less snaps. Less snap. Like that's where that argument gets scared. Yeah, you can say that he did in one more game, but it was in so many less snaps. It's the same argument with LeBron's scoring record. I brought this up on a previous show where LeBron scoring record only stands to be the scoring record, and he gets the props from me, is because he did it in significantly less shot attempts. Same thing with Myles Garrett. He did it in significantly less snaps.
Yeah, but what about the people around them?
Like who? Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, you'd have to look at that. What was that? It was 1985, Mark Gastineau, and then you'd also have to look at Michael Strahan. What about the people around him?
What about the people around them?
So
look at the people. Look at the people around Myles Garrett.
Okay.
Nobody's.
Mason Graham was a first-round pick. I hope for Andrew Berry's sake, because everybody in Berry we trust. I hope he's not a nobody.
As of right now, he's a nobody. The best player on that defense.
Well, let's not act like there's scrubs there, because they do have some good cornerbacks, and they also have the defensive rookie of the year. So it's not like he was out there all by himself.
It's mostly that defensive line that needed a lot of help. He was getting triple teamed on that defensive line for teams to prevent the sack record. And on more than multiple occasions, the other players, with Myles Garrett getting triple teamed, could not make the play.
Well, and like I'm not downplaying what Myles Garrett did. I mean, it was an incredible season, but I mean, you just look at the way the game was played, even when Strahan had the record. Like, really look at it. The holding, the physicality of it. Also, something to be thought about here that's not been brought up: the pad size. Go look at the shoulder pads from the 90s and the early 2000s. Go look at them from the 80s.
We see them all.
They were this big. You don't see it like that.
They're not as big. They're not as big.
Yeah,
I agree.
So it doesn't slow them down as much because it doesn't look good on Instagram. They can't wear those.
You can select the pads you wear for the most part.
Wow.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the last segment because we're up against it.
I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Whatever. We'll talk about it a different time. Real quick, we're gonna touch on this quick WWE segment. We're a little up against it. We went a little over, but we'll be fine.
Sorry, Double A.
Yeah, sorry, Double A. We have a special guest today.
Well,
WWE and we can talk about a lot of things, but a lot of you don't talk to Jake like I talk to Jake. And Jake has a severe hatred for Jey
4
Uso.
letters, 1 word, dumb.
Why? Let the people know why you hate Jey Uso.
It's just stupid. You don't understand what he's saying half the time when he talks. He's Uso, like it takes 15 minutes for him to get to the ring, and then when he gets to the ring,
wait.
Sorry,
he's a young
buck. He's a young buck that was related to The Rock with the super kick party, had the worst WrestleMania match of all time against his brother. Hey, don't come at me. That match was terrible. 61 super kicks in 15 minutes, 61 of them for Jimmy to lay on the ground, pant half the time. And I'll tell you what, I know somebody who's going to watch this and he's going to go, well, Shane McMahon. Yeah, but Shane McMahon doesn't claim to be a wrestler. Shane McMahon is an executive who would wrestle. These guys are wrestlers who wrestle, and they're just as out of breath as Shane McMahon. Just saying. He's annoying. His promos are terrible. No. I can't stand it. I really can't. The entrance is stupid, and to be fair, I hated it when The Undertaker did it too. I don't like the walking through the crowd. Everybody standing there. I also hate the "this is awesome" chant because it sounds like awesome when you have a group of people doing it, and it doesn't sound like that at all. It's stupid. Be involved in the match. Stop making it about yourself. Nobody cares about the WWE universe.
Oh man, he's
Get
breaking
over
the
yourself.
program.
You overpaid for a ticket. Go there, enjoy the show, and shut up.
There you have it. Why Jacob Underwood hates Jey Uso.
I'm sure he's a nice guy.
I wanted to hear this in person. I need the people to hear it.
Yeah.
One last thing. 5 wrestlers, right? You have to select 5. There's a room full of 60 guys. You need 5 wrestlers to get you out of there. Who are they?
Should I give the wrestling answer? The wrestlers always go, Haku.
No. Give your answer because they gave me a bunch of BS answers that I don't agree with.
I'm going Bob Holly.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bob Holly's going to mess somebody up. I'm going Undertaker. I'm going Mark Henry. Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Dolph Ziggler.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nick Namath.
That's right.
So my five, and I cheat a little bit because I use WWE Hall of Famers in my thing. So
I did too.
Yeah. So I cheat a little bit, and there's some people that people forget are WWE Hall of Famers, and they do this.
You're okay. All right, I see.
I'm going. My number 1's Ken Shamrock. Going number 1, Ken Shamrock. My number 2, Dennis Rodman.
Is he in the WWE Hall of Fame?
He's in the deal. He just was initiated into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Is that real?
That's real. One of my favorite NWO members.
Okay.
Now, my favorite member of D-Generation X, Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I knew you were going there. All right. Okay.
I'm taking Brock Lesnar.
I forgot about Brock. That's a good pick.
Gotta pick Brock.
Yeah.
Gotta pick Brock. And
Bob Holly, there's a story out there. Didn't Bob Holly and Brock get into it? Wasn't that a thing?
They might have. I'm not familiar with the
Holly
story.
Went to and went, how do you like me now? And then they wrestled.
and this is the place where my 5 I kind of like get a little tripped up. So I try to think about it. Do I need size? Do I need tenacity? Like
you're gonna go with China.
Yeah, China. No, I'm not going with China.
No, I thought we were inclusive here. My bad. I didn't know.
We are inclusive. We're gonna save that segment for after the show. But I think in modern time, my 5th pick would probably be Bobby Lashley. Huge guy.
Yeah, you
MMA guy. Yeah, like
MMA Mark guy. Henry. I think if there's a group of 5 people, Mark Henry's taken out 3 of them, and then we could just kick them.
I have a story about Mark Henry, a personal story. When I met Mark Henry, I met Mark Henry at the Arnold Classic last year.
Nice.
He was at his thing, and
Did he say it was time for the main event?
No, he was. I waited for hours actually because I was ready to leave. So I
Yeah.
just kept walking around the Arnold getting free stuff. If you've never been to the Arnold,
Cool.
price of admission, you get free stuff. Like it doesn't even matter. You don't have to buy anything. You'll leave with 2 book bags, absolutely free, a bunch of free supplements. This is not a sponsor. This is just real. Like it's what it is.
This is just real as a hell of a tagline. I'm going to use that. I really like that.
I go up to Mark Henry, like he's meeting people. I buy like a t-shirt off of his stand because I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Yeah, of course.
I shook Mark Henry's hand. And it was like, you see the Kawhi Leonard memes?
Yes.
How his hand, that's how I felt. And he was like, I try to give him a firm handshake.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I felt like Tinkerbell. It was terrible. It was like, what the hell?
Right.
What the hell? Like, it was unbelievable. And actually, a couple years ago, when Mark Henry was in Cleveland for SummerSlam, he threw a DJ party at Mahal's where he was DJing. And I actually got to meet his son, Jacob Henry, which announced at that time that he was signed to the WWE.
He went to OSU, didn't he? He was Ohio State. He was a Buckeye.
Yeah. So he was a great college wrestler.
Yeah.
And his son was really nice. He announced that he was going to be in he was just signed to WWE. What that looks like now, because that was already 2-3 years ago, and we've seen nothing from him. But he was really excited for the announcement. He came down, he took a picture with me. He was really awesome too.
I got to share a story. It's not about me, but somebody that we know. Mm-hmm. So when we went to an AEW show, Double A just so happened to get some tickets through work because the show that he was working on interviewed one Mr. Jim Ross.
Oh, nice.
And to be able to see my buddy walk up to the ticket booth and say, tickets for Anthony Alford. And he goes, and the guy's looking, he goes, I don't see anything here. Who left them for you? To be able to hear my buddy say, JR, I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, man. Like, I've seen a lot of cool stuff, but like that in my head, when I hear like that, like when people ask me, what's one of the cool, that is one of the coolest things. And
that's awesome.
Because, he's so humble. So it wasn't like, real quiet. He's like, Jim Ross. and the person at the counter was like, oh, you're fancy.
Yeah. He pulled out the special VIP envelope. Like
it was one row back. We were behind it. The wrestler at the time, Wardlow, and coolest moment ever. Billy Gunn's in the ring with his kids when they were doing the Ass Boys gimmick with Danhausen, and he's in the ring, and Double A are like, all right, bell rings. We're gonna yell, "Oh, you didn't know." And I got a voice that carries. Double A has a voice that carries. So you hear ding ding, and you hear, "Oh, you didn't know." They stop. Billy Gunn stops, looks at us, and goes, all right. So then his kid runs over. He goes, oh, my God, guys, that was so good. Not you guys are idiots. And just starts screaming at us. We're like, well, hey, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, fella? But that was to see Double A be able to go up there. And when they were like, who left the tickets? And when he went, JR, I was like, man, he really knows people. Look at this.
Look, speaking of Billy Gunn, I saw him at the Arnold too.
Can I tell you, when I was a kid, we had an auditorium in the old elementary school I went to, Seville Elementary. I would run down the ramp the way that he used to run down, because it was like this weird like run, but man, it was so epic, dude.
He disappointed me when I seen him in person.
Why?
And I met him in person. So I was with a buddy of mine.
Okay.
And we saw him. No one else recognized him. We're at the Arnold. There's jacked people there everywhere. Billy Gunn. If you know wrestling, you know Billy Gunn. But if you see Billy Gunn at Walmart, you're not gonna know who he is.
Yeah. Was he with Chuck?
He was with a couple of his kids.
Oh, okay.
My buddy went up to him. He's like, "Hey, what's going on, Billy? I'm a huge fan." Right. Billy just walks right past him. Doesn't even acknowledge him, and his sons go, "I'm sorry about that," and keep walking. Didn't even acknowledge him.
Can I bring up?
I get why, but
there's also another side to this. Mm-hmm. You got to remember, he was a wrestler when they had a lot of pyro.
Yeah,
and he's old.
Yeah,
there's a good chance he just didn't hear him.
It was one of those things, like I get playing devil's advocate, and I hope to God the fact of I pray to God it's he didn't hear him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call my friend is a very large gentleman. You can't miss him. Okay. You're standing right in front of him, and he looked at him, and Billy just completely ignored him. Which is fine. Like if you're famous, I get it. Famous people get bothered all the time. You just don't want to deal with that way. But when you're at the damn Arnold where there's thousands of people there and you want to walk like a civilian.
I'm going to defend Billy Gunn. He wasn't there as Billy Gunn. He was there as Billy. He was there as Billy the bodybuilder. And he just wanted to go there and get his free supplements and his 2 backpacks full of things. Leave the man alone.
He walks in for free. He doesn't need free supplements. They'll mail that shit to his house.
No, that's what you think. Billy's humble.
All right. I have a quick video clip. You were talking about AA. This video clip's from 7 years ago. It was supposed to be a little longer.
Okay.
But the whole thing, it was on Snapchat. It didn't play. It's me and you talking to AA.
Okay.
As the general manager of Raw. Those type of decisions, you don't do that. So thank you, Kurt Angle, or whoever, for this match being canceled.
I gotta send it to you later. It won't load on here for some reason.
Okay, what were we talking about?
We just bombarded AA's car. We were leaving the school. He was literally about to pull up, and me and you, we just start running. We start running to AA's car, and we just start talking just throwing random questions at him about wrestling.
Okay.
And I really wish the whole video would have posted. I didn't realize that till now.
No, that's funny, dude.
But I'm gonna send you the videos later. But quick synopsis. That's how far AA, Jake and I go back. It's been a very long time.
Dude, it's been almost 10 years.
Yeah. I can't even believe that. I feel old. Don't say that out loud.
Brother, you're telling me.
But anyways, we're really up against it. We're a lot over, but it's been an honor to have you, Jacob, on the show. We really appreciate man.
It. Yeah, thank you for the invite. It's always fun talking to you. And yeah, thank you for having me on, and I hope I kept Autumn's seat warm, and I did.
Yeah. And you kept it hot for her.
Well, yeah, I just I want to make sure that I represented well, and that I gave that opposite side of the story like Autumn.
Yeah, of course. And one thing I need you to do before we head out: plug your show one more time. Let the people that love you know where to find you.
Yeah, it's JakeUnderwoodShow.com. I'm Jake Underwood 92 on Twitter. Jake Underwood Show on Facebook, Instagram. We're trying to get the social medias going. It's a struggle. But yeah, we're live 9 to noon every day, Monday through Friday, AM 1420, The Answer. Also on Rumble if you want to watch what my producer Seth and I are doing during the show.
Thank you so much, Jacob. Again, I am the DAVID, the real Ruiz, and you were listening to Mic Check Take 2, brought to you by the Inside Edge Network. Have a phenomenal evening and stay blessed, people.